Okay. We are hopeful. We think it's working. Let me know if you can hear me or see me. We hope and pray that this is working. I think we are live. Let me know. I think we are. Okay, this is awesome. I am so sorry for being late. So, we had tech issues, and I am here to tell you, even if you feel like you have tech issues, you can still do this because I have been doing this for nearly 20 years and I just had a 9-minute tech issue. So, I just want to say it's okay. Let's just all shake it out. Shake it out. Let me know you're happy to be here. Let's take a big, deep breath. Okay, I am so excited to be with you. Night 3 of the fall ball. If you have had fun and you think this was worth the $10 you spent to be here, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to pull up our live right now. And if our awesome team, if you'll give me the live link, I'm going to put that over here so I can look at your comments. If you see me looking over here, it's because I have my laptop and a lot of stickers on my laptop. See? Does anybody else put stickers on your laptop? I put a lot of stickers on my laptop. So let me know if that's you. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go through how to make a profit every party and all of the great stuff with that. So let me go ahead and pull up, see if you're here, if you're excited. It gets me excited if I know you're here. And then, of course, I'm going to be giving away a ton of gift cards as we go through the night just to say thank you and just to talk all things paint parties. So we're gonna, just for tonight, real quick. Oh, there you are. I see you. Yay. Okay, awesome. Let's see if I can see your comments. So excited. Let's do this, Angela says. Love that. Jan, love the enthusiasm. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to walk through a profit every party. I'm going to kind of show you exactly how you can make a profit every party. This is what I wished I would have had before I was doing this. I so wish somebody would have taught me this. So it's basically me kind of walking you through. And then at the end, I am going to show you what Paint Party Headquarters is about. If you would like to be a part of it, we would be honored to help you more and to give you access to hundreds of designs and marketing, all of that good stuff. And we have some cool bonuses, but no pressure. Okay. I just want you to see if this is for you. If it's not, you know it's not. But if it is, then we would love to help you more. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. Oh, let's see. Oh, so worth the $10 or more. Oh, good. Did y'all think that this was worth the $10? I hope so. We really, really try to over deliver in everything that we do. Okay, so just so y'all know where I'm looking, I got my phone here. So if my team needs anything, they're contacting me here because as you ask questions right now, guess what's happening? They are grabbing the questions and they're putting it in a spreadsheet for me so that I can answer them until your face falls off, okay? Or until my face falls off, not your face. My face, okay? So they are putting the questions over here, and I already see that Connie Hood has just joined Paint Party Headquarters. So high five. Thank you so much. And we are very, very excited. And thank you for trusting us. So those questions are going to go here. And then, of course, I will be looking to see if I need anything from the team. So who's ready? I'm going to share a really cool just information for this so that you can see how you can make a profit every party. Okay, let me go ahead and see if you can see this. Do a thumbs up or an emoji if you can see the screen, okay? Oh, good. Yay, you can. And I don't think there's a huge delay, which is great. Okay, so turning your artistic passion into a successful paint party business, okay? So what I'm going to do is just kind of go through exactly how to do this. All right, so here are the paint party possibilities. This is so exciting. So you can do canvas, you can do wood, you can do porch leaners, ceramics, door hangers, wine glasses. We've even had people this year do tumblers. We're actually having one of my friends, she's going to be a guest artist in this group, teaching you how to do tumblers so that you can do those for paint parties. The sky's the limit. We also, you can do online. So for example, I have an online paint party in September. And so I'm mailing them kits, and then I'm doing an online paint party with a corporation. You can do art kits where you give people art kits and they pay you money for it. And you can also do custom orders. Another really cool thing, adults, kids, churches, community centers, restaurants. Remember we talked about that yesterday? We talked about, and if you took your notes, please let me know because I am very proud of you. We talked about our pumpkin paycheck. If you can see me, I hope you can. We talked about the calculator of profit every party, and we also talked about all of the places. So so it's just endless. It's one of the greatest things about the paint parties. Okay, so here's in-person parties. So you can see all of these paintings except for the top right, but the one with all the cows, the pumpkins, the reindeer, the church, all of those were parties that I did just this past year. So that's the thing about this, is I want you to know is that I am constantly teaching paint parties still. I do at least one a month, just so I always have my finger on the pulse, knowing what's going on. Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, Bobby. Can you call my dad? He tried to call. Hey, sorry, we had to go. My dad today, he he hit a pothole, and then he was on his way to Missouri, and so we had to drive like 2 hours to go like help him, and then we had to bring him back, and now he's borrowing my daughter's car, Pixie's car. So it was a whole ordeal, and so we made it back, about an hour ago, so it was kind of crazy. But now he was just calling, so I was like, oh, Bobby, make sure he's okay. Okay, so again, if you have any questions, put them in the chat so that my team can grab them and I'll answer them. Okay, so here's another thing. Anybody on here if you've been interested in online parties, maybe you don't want to actually drive or go somewhere, but you want to do an online party. So let me know if that's something you're interested in, because we teach you how to do an online paint party. And you can see here, I'm in the top left corner. You can see me taking the picture of the Zoom meeting of me teaching that paint party last fall. Okay, here's art kit possibilities. I love this. So you can see one of our members here on the right. She does a beautiful job. She is so much more talented than me at painting. Oh my gosh, this woman is so good. And then you can see on the left side, Bobby and Pixie putting together kits that we were shipping out. And we have paint by number, which is really cool. So many options. And then this is paint party custom orders. So you can see here from porch leaners to surfboards. One of our members actually did only porch leaners, and she had painted the same design I gave her. It was a snowman with birch trees behind it, which in Paint Party headquarters, you have access to that design. She painted over 100 of those, and I think she sold them at 55 or 65 a piece. She's like, I can paint them blindfolded. She's like, I've painted so many of these, I can paint them blindfolded. Oh, Carol, that's awesome. Carol says, I've been making art kits all day. That's so cool. All right, and then another reason why this is so important. So is there anybody on this right now that believes that art heals? I am a huge believer that art heals. Oh my gosh, it helps my anxiety so much. Having something to look forward to, having a new project to create, going to Michael's and buying fresh paints and new brushes and a big canvas. Like, there is nothing that makes me more happy than knowing I got a big project coming up. So I am all about art healing. I've used art healing through my heart surgery. I've used art healing through bankruptcy, which I'll talk about in a minute, but many, many ways we have used art to heal. And if you have used art to heal, please let us know. I love that. Oh my gosh, Carrie says my counselor actually told me to do that to help heal trauma. That is amazing. So yes, so good. Yeah, in the process right now, crafting is my medicine. Monique says, very cool. Oh, yes, Paige, definitely. I love that. And it's Debbie's birthday. Happy birthday, Debbie. Let's all give Debbie a happy birthday. Why not? Oh, Debbie, you're going to be the winner. It's your birthday. You get a gift card. So if you'll email us at support@texasartandsoul.com, we will send a gift card your way. Okay. So what do you want to use your paint party money for? We talked about this when we went over our pumpkin paycheck and our goals. Okay. So this is the thing I want to tell you right now. Not everybody's dream is the same. When I first started teaching paint parties, this is when I was just in survival mode. I was teaching full time. I was doing paint parties on the side. And honestly, I remember going to my mother-in-law's this was years ago. I remember going to my mother-in-law's to use her washer and dryer because my washer and dryer didn't work. And I would put my clothes in, and then I would go steal her Tostito chips and my father-in-law's Ensure. And I would sit there and watch TV in her house, eating Tostito chips on the couch, drinking Ensure, these vanilla Ensure milkshakes, and just thinking, man, one day I'm going to be able to afford Tostito chips. Not really Ensure, but the Tide detergent she had. I was like, we always had like the dollar store detergent. And I was like, that was my definition of success, was Tide and Tostito chips. So let me know in the comments, what is your definition of success? Mine still to this day rings true when I know I can get the name brand chips and the name brand laundry detergent. There's something about it that makes me feel successful. So I know everybody's definition of a success is different, and not everybody wants, fancy cars or fancy bags. Like, I could care less about what a purse name brand is. That's just not what I like to spend my money on. So I think everybody has a different reason for success. So you got to know that. You really got to know that, because if you don't, you're going to chase something that you don't even want. So make sure it's something that you want. I once heard this financial person talk about spend money, like overspend on the things that you love. And he said, on the things you don't really care about, don't spend money on them. So for example, if you really love traveling, but you really don't care about cars, get you a decent car, but then put all your money into traveling. And I thought that was such a great tip. All right, so let's see. Oh, let me see. I think I saw a comment that I had to read. A supply hoarder, Sharita, I'm with you. I love me some supplies. I like to use my money on a nice vacation. Yes, I love that. I'm a traveler too. I love to travel. And so I want you to remember, there are people less qualified than you doing what you want to do. Okay. So a lot of times we think, but we're not the best painter. I am not the best painter. I will be one of the first people to say that. But that does not mean that I can't teach paint parties, okay? And the same thing for you. All right, so here's pricing breakdown. We talked about this with the paint party calculator, but I wanted to show you a little bit more. So if you sell 10 tickets, let's say you're doing the pumpkin paycheck, and you sell 10 tickets at $35 a person. After you take out expenses, which is around $50 to $60, you're looking at about $290 to $300 profit. And here is what I teach. I teach a profit every party. The reason I teach this way is because when I first started, I did not want to go spend hundreds of dollars making sure I got, I don't even have a Sam's card. I know so many people have a Sam's card and they go bulk buy. I was never in the position to go bulk buy. So I just always had to, I think one time years ago, I went to Sam's, and I'll try to calm down on my storytelling, but I just get very excited. And one time we went to Sam's, and I remember they had this giant thing of Twizzlers, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want this. And like, we got Twizzlers and like one other thing, and it was like $75. And I was like, what? Like, it was insane. I was like, I did not know, because you're buying enough for 4 years, And so we don't bulk buy. And so what I was going to say is that when I do a paint party, I like to have a profit every party. So if you're just starting out, don't go buy, 8 packages of paper towels and 400 plates. Like literally, I would go to the dollar store and I would buy one roll of paper towels. I would buy one thing of baby wipes. I would buy enough plates for my party times 2. Oh, you were eating Twizzlers today. I know I want some Twizzlers now. And Linda, you don't feel comfortable teaching a paint party. Linda, if the team, if y'all could put that in the questions, I would love to address that in a little bit. So plates, paint, canvas, and then brushes are one-time costs you can use for many parties. Don't worry about easels. Don't worry about aprons. That can come later. And then if you have more than 10 people, hire a helper. I always say one person for every 10 people. That way you can do a really good job, get door price surveys, all of that good stuff, and then really show them that you can do this. That way they'll hire you back. Here's another thing about paint parties that you may or may not have considered. Did you know? Let me know if you knew this. Did you know when you run a paint party business, you can write off glitter? Like, y'all, that is so exciting. So exciting. So please let me know if you knew that or not, because that was just like, now I go to the store and I buy it and I'm like, yeah, we need. Pixie's like, this is so, yes, we need that. That is a tax write-off and that is a legit business expense. So I love that. And the helper, and usually I pay around 15 an hour. However, I put on there, depending on where you're at, it could be $10 an hour. Whatever is comfortable for your area is what I say go with, because I know some areas of the country, some areas of the world, there's a different thing. And there's also times when you can say, hey, will you do this job? And then you can paint for free. And maybe they help, set up and clean up. I've done that a lot in the past too. Okay, we had to brag on a few of you. Annie, she says, pumpkin to talk about. Can you give me something to talk about? Okay, I can't sing. For those of y'all going on the cruise, I may karaoke with some of y'all. I may. I'm not sure, but I suck really bad, so you may not want me to. Okay, so Annie says, pumpkin to talk about is my cash pumpkin that will magically gather people and bring the cash flow. I already have 2 upcoming adult bookings tentatively confirmed. Now I need to fill my venue. And then she has on here another person, Sherry. She says, OMG, reached out to a local country club during my live and they responded with 3 dates in September and they welcomed me in. The magic script, y'all. This is the thing. The magic. Oh, do y'all want to do karaoke? Somebody says cruise, tell me more. We'll talk a little bit about the cruise here in a little bit too. I'm so excited. It's in January. Okay, Jean says, this is my first fall ball boot camp and I'm just a few months into paint party headquarters. Awesome, Jean. I painted the pumpkin and it's given me the excitement and confidence to hold my first paint party. I will do a mock paint party next week with friends and family, but I've already scheduled the party for October 28th at the store I manage. Y'all, the pumpkin paycheck, I'm telling you, the cash pumpkin, it is so exciting. Charlotte, on August 3rd, she said, I'm from Minnesota. I've done 1 guinea pig party and held my first party with 15 people. Y'all, Charlotte just started, already had a party with 15. Alexa, what's 15 times 35? 525 bucks. Isn't that awesome? She says she has one coming up August 22nd and another one September 12th. Charlotte, can we just congrats, Charlotte? Oh, good, Shirley. I'm glad you found us. That is amazing. I'm so excited for you. Misty, she says she's in Alabama. This will be my first fall ball. I'm anxious to learn everything that Heidi teaches about my business. I joined 2 months ago and have dove in with both feet. Oh, I'm even going on the creative cruise. Yay! But for now, I cannot wait for the fall ball to start. Oh my gosh, Misty, that is so exciting. I cannot wait to meet you in person and hug your neck. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit about my bankruptcy. I'm going to make this story that could be, very long. I'm going to make it very short. I'm going to make it around 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes or less. But I am a big believer, like so many years, I found my identity as an art teacher. I found my identity as an artist. And we got to remember, identity is in God, not success. Okay. For those of you that are believers, like, it doesn't matter like how successful you become. If you forget to love on your kids, love on your spouse, all of those things during this crazy roller coaster of a ride as we do in business, um, it's not going to be worth anything. I learned this lesson years ago because I was just head down as fast as I could go, a zillion miles an hour. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like I got to breathe. I have to breathe. And so years ago, we lost everything and we went bankrupt. And I remember just feeling so ashamed and just like, how am I ever going to face? I was so scared to talk about it. And finally, once I started talking about it, I realized it kind of set me free. But here's what happened. So I was using art to heal. And these little mini surfboards, I, started painting them. I would bring them to my elementary school that I was working at. And I had 850 kids a week. It was a cattle call. It was insane. And I would work on them during lunch breaks or whatever. Well, some of the kids started saying, Miss Easley, will you paint me a surfboard? Put my name on it. And I was like, no, these are just something fun I'm doing. And they'd be like, the next kids would come in. Oh my gosh, Miss Easley, put my name on that. Oh my gosh, Miss Easley, will you put my name on that? And just kept happening over and over again. And then finally, after like the 150th kid said that, it was like finally a light bulb went off. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I may be able to sell these and make money. Well, I, talked to my mother-in-law and we had no money. Like I said, we lost our house, we lost everything. And I said, I think that we may be able to make some money. And she's like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's try it. She goes, we'll go 50-50 because they could buy the supplies and then we would split the profits. I was like, okay, that's great. So anybody been to Panama City Beach in Pier Park? Has anybody been to Destin area or Panama City Beach? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's see. Nobody's been. Oh, Teresa's been. I was like, y'all, it's one of the most beautiful places on the earth. Jenny has, Rebecca. It's so pretty. Okay, well, there's this place called Pier Park, and I remember taking my surfboard that still had polyurethane on it, and I took it up to this little meeting, and I was like, hey, can I sell my surfboards at your fine outdoor mall establishment? And he looked at me surprisingly and he's like, yeah, I think you could make some money. So we worked out a deal where I rented a 10 by 10 spot. You can see it there on the bottom right. And I literally rented that out. I think it was like $1,200 a month for 3 days a week, 12 hours a day. And I was like, man, this is my second chance. Like, we're living in an apartment. We lost our house, but it's okay. Like, we have a second chance. And I'm sitting there and nothing, nobody is buying. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I'm not even 30. I've gone bankrupt. Like, life is hard. Like, life sucks. Like, I remember just feeling like so defeated. And my mother-in-law looked at me. She sensed my frustration. So what do you do when you've lost everything and you're not even 30 yet? You go to Buffalo Wild Wings and go get a drink at the bar. That's what we did. So she said, come on, Heidi, let's go have a break. And so Bobby was watching the booth and we walked across the street. So we were set up right in front of a Starbucks at Pier Park. And then you walk across the street and there's Buffalo Wild Wings. And so I'm there, I'm, having a drink at the bar. And then I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, this sucks, and I'm like, I don't have a plan B. Like, this was plan B. And then all of a sudden, another drink in, and I'm like, this is hard. Like, life is hard. I had a toddler at the time. You can see how old Pixie is there. She's a little girl. And just, this weight on my shoulders of losing our house, losing our cars, like everything. And now, making 22,000 a year as a teacher, just not feeling like this is how life's supposed to go. Then my husband calls and everything changes. He calls and he says, Heidi, oh my gosh, Heidi, like, you got to get over here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, seriously, get over here now. And I look at my mother-in-law and I'm like, I gotta go. And so I walk, tipsily across the street if I'm honest. And I go, and I look and he's got these like paper tickets and he's holding them out like this. And he's like, Heidi, get to painting. And I just in that moment, like I felt like I was flat on my face, done for. And in that moment, I felt like God scooped me up. And not only did he say it's going to be okay, but you're going to be able to do what you love forever. And so I painted that whole night, tipsily painted. We went on to sell over 1,000 surfboards in just 2 months, which meant we made over $20,000 cash for my family at a time when we needed it so badly. If it was raining, we were painting in our car. If it was, sometimes I'd get orders up to 10:30 or 11 at night, and I would stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning painting, and then I'd get up again and do it all over again for 12 to 18 more hours because I knew every $20 was a chance at my family's future in a new way. So when I think about bankruptcy, I want anybody who's ever had trouble like that to know, like, I smile when I talk about my bankruptcy because I know it was used for good. I know something bad is always can be used for good and for God's glory. And I know in this time in my life, and then I didn't really know why, but now I know why. My bankruptcy taught me so much about perseverance, about, making your own way. I mean, this was the start of me becoming an entrepreneur. So it was really, really cool. And I'm so, so grateful for it. God is so cool like that. Okay, so this is just a picture of us last Christmas. We were doing a giant paint party. You can see the church. We had shown y'all the fall church earlier this week. And so I just wanted to show you. And this is my husband. I know he wasn't really on the camera, but my husband's on the left. My mother-in-law, who I just talked about, is in the middle. And my daughter Pixie right there. They're always helping out, and family and friends. Allison on our team, she was in one of the pictures of the surfboards. And I really think just, having great family around you has been so, so helpful. And I know not everybody has that. And I want to tell you, even if you don't have, like, I don't want you to sit there and go, well, I don't have that. That's great for you, but bad for me. It sucks if you don't have people helping. And there were many years where Bobby was, working his 9 to 5 job, or, overtime, or working night shift. He worked for the county and then for the nuclear plant, and he'd be working the night shift. And then I was working full time and then still doing my paint parties on the side. And then Pixie was way young. So there was a lot of years where, sometimes it was like, just, you buckle up and go for it. So if you want something, I promise you there's always a way. And we make it very easy. We try to make it where you don't have to worry about that. Oh, Annie, I'm so glad you're a part of it. You're amazing. God is good, Misty, for sure. Oh, what caused Bobby to call on you? Oh my gosh, great question. I've never been asked that. We had a stack of orders and he's like, get over here and start painting. He's like, you need to get over here. Okay, so here's what I recommend you do. And if you are nervous, I think it was Deborah, or I can't remember who it was earlier, said they were really nervous. Don't have a party where you're charging the first one. Just have a guinea pig party. And what that means is that the guinea pig, stop moving, he's staring at me weird. What the guinea pig party means is that you're just having a practice party. This is the best thing to do to just get you out of the mode of just being stuck. Okay, just have a friend, family member over so that you can do that. Now, I highly recommend you screenshot this. Okay, how many of you did your pinky promise? Let me know. Did you watch the 5-minute video? Okay, I'm going to see. Who else did the pinky promise? Oh, good, Denise. She says you have all made it so easy for me. Oh, I love that. Yes, Sandy, we have a ton of trainings on that too. Okay, did you pinky promise? Did you watch the 5-minute training? Sally did. Sandy, thank you. Oh, so glad. So glad. Remember, all the questions you have, our team is grabbing them, so I can answer them here in just a minute. So screenshot this. Again, this is the magic script. I saw somebody that sent this magic script at like 2:30 in the morning and had a party when she got up later that day, or not that day, that next morning. So, oh, good. Darlene watched it. Dee watched it. Y'all, it is so easy to book a paint party. So don't miss out. Just watch this video. Okay, so hi, my name is Heidi, and I teach step-by-step paint parties. I would love to see about doing an event at your restaurant or a country club or church or wherever. Do you have time to talk this week? Then you attach a few of the on-trend paintings. Now, if you are not in Paint Party headquarters and you're wanting to try this with one of the paintings, you can use this one time, okay? So for your $10, and I hope this sounds fair to you because I feel like it's way over fair because you can make 300 to several thousand with these paintings. So this one and this one, if you're not a part of Paint Party headquarters, but because you're in the fall ball, you get one-time use for those. Now, all I ask is that if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to keep using your paintings, of course, be a part of Paint Party headquarters because, again, like I said, you can make thousands of dollars off these paintings. So we spend a lot of time and money on our team to make sure we have everything for you so you can just grab and go. All right, so sending the magic script. Here's Randy's. She said, I love doing business with my husband. We made some great memories and friends and almost booked out till January. Oh, I love that. Like, I already have parties in December booked out. So that's the cool part. As you build a reputation, you'll start to have where you book the same people every year. And there's a party I'm doing in December. I actually have 3 parties already booked in December. And one of them is going to be our 10th year. 10th year. Isn't that cool? Like, how cool is it? And every time I go, they give me a present, they order me lunch. Like, it's so fun and it feels like family. And then Dawn says 16 paint parties this month and trying to schedule more in where I can. I also work for the school district during the week. I finally got a day off and getting caught up. Since joining this group, I've been so busy. I've decided, oh, it's so cool. So cool. And then Sarah, I love Sarah. So Sarah has been having her kids help her with her paint parties too. And Annie as well. And I think this is what's so cool is so many of you have your kids helping just like I have Pixie help me. And it's so fun to watch them kind of grow into, their job and their responsibilities. And anytime we have bigger parties, I have Pixie kind of be the foreman. I'm like, okay, you need to make sure everybody is doing their job. And so she says, I've been doing sip and paint at my local brewery and tap room for 2.5 years. I thought it was time to switch it up a bit, and I offered Starry Night for August, and it sold out within 24 hours. Then she offered a second Starry Night, and it sold out 2 weeks later. And this one sold out in 4 hours. It's insane, y'all. It's insane. So Julie, 55 painters. And then she has another class of 43 painters. And Denise, first ever kids camp, sold out. Monique, oh my gosh, so many great people as well. And tonight was one of the smallest events I ever had. Sometimes I paint with over 100 people, but the intimacy of a small group is unmatched. No matter how big or small, keep doing what you love and touching people through art. Here's the thing. You might not have it in your head that you ever want to do a party of 100. That might sound awful to you. You might love doing a party of 5, a party of 7, and that is totally fine. You can still make great extra money with that. Okay, so does making you want to pull your hair out when you think about doing the marketing, when you think about booking parties, designing flyers, getting prepays, going live, marketing yourself, selling art kits, creating new paintings, time management, how to teach step-by-step social media? Does anybody feel like that? Like I was before I went live when I had tech issues? I was feeling like I was going to pull out my hair. So this is why we created Paint Party headquarters. Now I'm about to answer all of your questions until my face falls off. So yeah, Angela says, yes, overwhelming. It can be. Oh my gosh. So here's the thing. I'm going to show you a little bit inside. Of course, there's way more, but I'm going to show you a little bit about what Paint Party headquarters has to offer. And again, you can make the decision. You know if this is for you or not. But even if it's not for you, please stay so I can not only give gift cards as I'm answering questions, but also so you can learn more. This is still part of the fall ball, so I want you to get all of the Q&A as well. Okay, so inside Paint Party headquarters, you're going to learn to market paint parties like a pro, get more butts in seats and higher attendance, get prepaid attendees. This is a must, okay? So you're already paid before the party starts. Can I get a yes, yes for that? Have paintings and marketing done for you. Have more fun and make a profit every party. You know, a franchise can cost you around 100 grand. Just do a franchise. That's no butts in seats. That's nothing. Can you believe like you can start this with literally no loans, nothing? Like y'all, after my bankruptcy, I couldn't go get loans. So I'm scrappy. I'm still to this day scrappy. Okay. And I think it's a good trait. Anybody else scrappy? I know I'm not the only one. I feel like scrappiness is a good thing. Okay, so here's what you get every single month in Paint Party headquarters. Every month we give you painting tutorials. We have them now where they're released every quarter. So we have fall released in August, we have Christmas released in September, we have spring released in March. Nope, that's summer. Summer's released in March, and then spring is released in December. I think I said it right. Hopefully. Team, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, good. Lena's scrappy. I am too. Let's see. Heather is too. Carrie is the scrappy queen. Oh, see, you're my people. You're my BFFs, right? You are definitely my BFFs. So marketing materials, marketing and social media trainings, monthly live Q&As. Every month I go live for usually over an hour, so you can always rewatch it. But I love giving prizes, which I'll give one right now to Denise Ruggiero, because you're resourceful. If you will email me at support@texasartandsoul.com, I'll give you a gift card. But here's the thing, like I want you to not have to worry about this. So like, for example, when I do my monthly Q&As, what I've been doing, and I love this, is if you listen to the Q&A, you don't even have to listen to it live. Just listen to it and then give a takeaway. I pick one person every month to give $100 to. And so I always try to just like incentivize you to learn, because I know if you take action, you're going to have great success. And I'm so excited. And we do a strategy session. Sometimes we get together on Zoom and paint. We have an optional prayer and gratitude meeting, and we have almost 3,000 members that are all teaching paint parties all over the world. And just like you saw kindness in the fall ball, that's how we do it in Paint Party headquarters. I wanted you to get a little bit of taste of this environment. Another great thing we have, when you're a member, you get 50% off of Deco Art paints. Every month, you get a coupon code to use once a month to order your paints online for 50% off. Isn't that cool? I love that. So fun. Oh, thank you, Lena. She said, love that it's faith-based. Here's the thing, like, when we're in the group, we are talking all about paint parties. But here is when I, was coming up with Paint Party headquarters, creating basically what I needed for myself, and thought, oh my gosh, this is pretty cool. And then I started having so many people ask me about how do I do so many paint parties. And I realized like, I can't do this without giving credit to God. Like there is no way in my wildest dreams. When I first had this dream of Paint Party headquarters way back in the day, I actually called it Paint Vault, and nobody signed up for it. And, I didn't know how to even tell you about it. I just knew it was something cool. And I remember just being like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. And I just remember I cannot do this business without creating a spot to where we can honor God, and we can throw our hands up and go, okay, I can't do this alone. And so we have people of all faiths inside Paint Party headquarters. So you don't have to have the same faith as me. You don't, and that's okay. It's totally fine. However, I wanted to create a spot where if you want to meet once a month, we pray for our businesses, and it's one of my favorite things. And this coming month in September, one of our team members, Dana, she's actually going to lead it, and she's going to lead the prayer and gratitude meeting through a like an exercise, like an art exercise. So I'm really, really excited about that too. Oh, thank you, Denise. I couldn't separate it. I know people say just separate it. I was like, I can't separate it. So anyway, just know that when you get in Paint Party headquarters, it is very, like, there is a lot of business talk because we're there learning how to make money. But just know, I know you're a person just like I'm a person, and I want to pray for you just like I hope that you'll pray for me, because Lord knows I need it. Okay, so this is how much it is. It's $47 a month. You can cancel anytime. The only thing I ask is when you join, I highly recommend you at least try to commit for a year. Do you have to? Nope, you do not. But here's the thing I've learned is that people get very excited and then they have one failure and they're like, oh, it doesn't work. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do you know how many times I've had a canceled paint party? A zillion. But I've been doing this for 2 decades, almost 20 years, right? Like, when you're going to have times where it's ups and downs, and that's part of business. My hope and our goal for you as a team is to make your downs way less so that you have more ups, and then showing you to not only have a great business, but have fun while you're doing it. And I'm going to talk about the cruise here in a minute. So we're all about, work hard, but play harder. And the reason for that is because for so many years, I worked so hard and ended up having, a mini stroke and a heart issue and so many things, lost my vision, like just a crazy time in my life. And I realized like how short life is. And so I want you to make sure you work hard, obviously, but you also play hard. So here's where you can sign up if you would like. And if you want the link, just say yes, please, and then you can look at it more if you want to take your time with it. And then we have some bonuses. So I wanted to show you some bonuses. The Raven, which is just such a super cute, easy painting for this time of year. The magic scripts, I showed you one of the magic scripts, but we actually have 13 or 14 in here. You get those immediately when you sign up, so you can print them off like I did and have them ready to go. And then you're going to immediately get the digital version of the creative content prompt calendar. And this just helps take away the guesswork of what to post. And it also helps you kind of track your wins, your monthly task, what's your big money-making push this month, things like that. Different holidays, seasonal focus. And y'all, I want to remind you, the reason for Paint Party headquarters is think of me like if you were gonna, okay, so anybody a teacher? Okay, let me know if you're a teacher. Let me know if you're a teacher, because here's the thing. Okay, awesome. Because here's the thing. When you are, and you have until August 30th. Yes, Wendy, it was so fun. Not really. But yes, so here's the thing. If you okay, yes, Colleen's a teacher. Okay, so think about like when you take off for a day, you need sub plans, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, I need sub plans so I can take off, right? How cool would it be if the sub plans were just here they are, grab and go? And that's what we've created here. Like we literally, like my job is to think, okay, what do you need? Okay, and then I take suggestions from y'all. If it's something our team can do, it might not happen overnight because we like to do things nice. We like to make sure it's beautiful for you. We like to make sure it is edited well. Like Brendan edits all our videos and does a fantastic job. And we like to make sure everything is perfect. And so if you give us a suggestion and it makes sense and we can do it, we do it. We add it. If there's something like the other day, I was like, oh my gosh, that doesn't work. Let's change that. We make the changes that are needed. So I want you to know that we basically are like, okay, how can we help you make money faster? And that's what we do. That's our purpose. Okay, and then of course you're going to get the lookbook. So the lookbook is going to be mailed to you. So you'll get a copy of this, but as soon as you join, you get access to download this. You could change out the paintings. It's editable. Did I say that right? Editable, I think. That's a hard word. Okay, so here, imagine if you could wake up and know your on-trend paintings are already designed and ready to go. You have rights to use PPHQ designs for your paint parties. We have hundreds. You could craft for a living, craft and paint. Yes, I said it. You can choose your own hours based on when you want to teach craft and paint parties. And what I have loved so much that I was already doing, but now I'm seeing Paint Party Headquarters do it, is even if they're in the same town, you want to be respectful of each other if you're in the same town, but how cool is it if you do go meet for coffee and you become friends and then somebody's sick? Oh my gosh, can you take my party? Or I can't do this. I'm going to be out of town. Anybody in this area that could do, I saw somebody post the other day, anybody in this area that could do a camp? I can't be there for it, but they're asking for help. Like, how cool is that? I just love that. Love that. Oh, and here's just some of the paintings. We are constantly creating new paintings, constantly. So this is just a few, and you can see some of y'all, we got some of our new ones here. Oh, okay. If you're already a member, can you spot the 3 new paintings? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize Brendan updated that. I see the 3 new Christmas. And we have snowmen coming too. I got some awesome snowmen coming this year. Yes, Tammy, always new paintings. We are always trying to help you. Okay, who saw the 3 new paintings? I'm so excited. So we hadn't even released these yet. These are about to be released in September. But if you look at the very top, did anybody? Oh, the sugar skull we released because I had a party with it. So I had to create one for a party. And then I ended up, okay, the donkey we released last year. Yes, you can put together your own lookbook and you can use our template. Okay, so the 3 new ones, if you haven't noticed yet, for those of you that are already members, the top left cardinal, which is freaking gorgeous. I'm so excited. Julie actually painted all 3 of these for us. So thankful she's on our team. And then we have right above my head, see that beautiful deer? Love that. That's a brand new deer in muted colors. We wanted to do some muted colors for you. And then see where my elbow is, under the harvest blue pumpkin. Oh, good, Tony. She met with some PPHQ sisters today. Oh, so fun. So right under the elbow, see that cute little elf? So excited about him. So excited about the elf. So anyway, we're always trying to come up with new designs. And then if you look behind my head, you'll see the fall church, which is a huge money maker. And then the cash cow. So if you join just for the cash cow, you will be able to pay for Christmas. That thing has paid so many of us so much money. It has been dubbed and nicknamed graciously the cash cow. And oh my gosh, I'm so thankful. Actually, Julie came up with that painting and we love it so much. We love it so much that we've created like every season for the cow, and it's just the cow that keeps on giving. It's so cool. All right. Here's a little taste of marketing for you. So one of the things, Suze, I thought you said beer. I came running. I do not have a beer with me. Imagine if you could breathe easily knowing all your marketing flyers, your Facebook banners, and everything is done for you. Okay. So just like you saw, we wanted again to give you a taste, just like you saw the tracer, you saw the step-by-step, you saw the grid, which we just started adding these last year. So those are new because you requested it and we added it. The supply list, all of this is ready to go. So if you do art kits, how much time do you think that would save when it's done for you already and you just print and go? How much time would that save? Like how cool is that? I mean, this is literally what I dreamed of when I was teaching paint parties and working full-time as a teacher. If somebody would have been like, will you give me $47 a month and I'll do all of your marketing for you and make sure you always have the best on-trend paintings ready to go at any time? Oh yeah, and I'm going to tell you all my business secrets on getting more people to your paint parties. Oh yeah, and I'm going to tell you how to do online paint parties. Oh yeah, and I'm going to tell you how to do commissions, and I'm going to provide meetings for you, and I'm going to provide a community where everyone can learn together. Like, I would have been like, are you kidding me? Yes, yes. And I can write that off as a business expense? Of course, like it's a no-brainer. When I started doing my flyers back in the day, I always keep this picture over here because I was so bad at it. Let me see if I have it. Oh, where you got to see it. It's so bad, y'all. So bad. Oh, here it is. Okay, I keep this because this is how I did my flyers. Are you ready for me to embarrass myself? Of course you are. This is my flyer design. It's awful. I know. It's bad. You can laugh. Ha ha ha. He he he. It's awful. You can't even see it. It's so bad. So we actually have graphic designers who work on these and make them beautiful. And you can edit them. So you can go in, change the dates, the times, and make it look professional for your event. There's nothing better than like having a person ask for a paint party and then I send them designs that maybe I haven't even painted yet. If I have guest artists or Julie's one of our painters on our team, if they're painting our stuff and I go, here's a painting, here's a cardinal, and they pick that, now I start getting prepays. Guess what? I still haven't painted the cardinal until I got some prepays and I know the paint party's going to happen because I don't have enough time. I don't have time to have hundreds of paintings painted and ready, right? If there's prepays coming in, okay, now I'll paint the cardinal and I'll get started. So we like to do this to where you can skip all of the heartache and all of the hard stuff and just go straight to making money. Okay, here's more marketing, tons of I'm telling you, we have hundreds of marketing for you done for you. Okay, and if you become a member, so August 30th, we are closing the doors. Here's the thing that we have found to be a struggle. If we have people coming in like crazy, like if we just have the doors open to the public all the time, it gets a little hectic. So what we've decided to do is close the doors on August 30th so we can really, as a team, focus all of our attention on helping those of you that really want to knock fourth quarter on its butt and have, extra money. Maybe you want to, raise money for Christmas. Maybe you want to have extra money for going on the cruise, whatever that looks like. So we're closing the doors at midnight on August 30th. So you have until next week. Sherry just signed up. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Welcome. Welcome to the family. I'm so happy. You're going to be getting the lookbook in the mail. So just give us at least a week because I always say give us at least 2 weeks. So here's my little tip to you. Always under promise and over deliver. Okay. So when you sign up, give us 2 weeks to get the lookbook in. And then when you become a member, again, you can cancel at any time, but I highly recommend telling yourself, hey, I'm going to give myself a full year to commit to this and just really go for it. And one of the things you may not realize that you're going to get out of this is, boy, when you start a paint party business or just want to teach a paint party business, teach a paint party, you are going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to learn, it's basically the best self-development course ever because you have to become more confident. You're going to become stronger. You're going to become more like as a go-getter. It's just so fun to see confidence build as you start to take action. So here's all the extra bonuses. And I just love how Brendan is able to make the video go during the PowerPoint. I think that is so fun. So good job. I love that. Can we give our team a round of applause? We have Allison, Dana, Julie, Marianne, Gretchen, Brendan. Who am I missing? I don't want to miss anybody. Bobby, of course, Pixie, my daughter, and so many of you behind the scenes doing such good work. So let's give them a round of applause. It is not just me. It used to be just me. It used to be a one-woman show, but definitely Dana. Oh my gosh, I knew I was going to forget somebody. Dana. So just so happy they are a part of this and doing this with me, because I could not make all this stuff this beautiful. So this is definitely a team effort. All right. And now anybody that wants to sign up, yes, we have a Facebook group. However, we have an app, and this is really important because a lot of times we don't want to be bothered by a Facebook notification. Oh, look what popped up. So right here, it's an app, and you can watch all of the trainings. So that's the online paint party training module right there. Okay. Yes, Teresa, it takes a village. So all of these are done right here. And then, like, for example, we have stages. So we help you go from stage 1, the hopeful artist, all the way to stage 5, the money-making artist. And for example, stage 4, oh, yeah, let me do that. So sorry. Let me show so you can see me. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Brendan. Okay, so I told you it takes a village. So see how cool this is? So this is our app. So you don't have to stay on the Facebook page if you don't want to. We have everything beautifully done in an app that teaches you how to do all of this, okay? So again, I want you to know that it's, yes, we put it in the Facebook group for convenience, but everything is editable, or no, oh my gosh, I'm losing my brain. Everything is in the app so that you can, let's say you're, you want to listen to stage 4, the techie artist. It's Facebook Lives, Facebook audits, Instagram, TikTok, video marketing, business growth, personal branding masterclass, inspired break, community. So much stuff is in here, okay? If you're stage 1, the hopeful artist, and you're brand new, this is the one you want to go to. And we are constantly adding trainings every month, and we're constantly, if there's a training that doesn't work anymore and we know it isn't good anymore, we take it down and we put what is relevant. So this is just a gold mine. It's a gold mine. I mean, every tech hub, if you're tech challenged, another fun thing I forgot to tell you about, we do every month, and one of our team members, Allison, who's also one of my very, very best friends, she does a tech hub, and in here she meets on Zoom for 30 minutes every month and goes over exactly what to do. So if you're like, okay, this sounds fun, but I suck at tech, well, guess what? I do too. You can still do this, okay? So all of this is at your fingertips, which is so cool. All right, let's see. Okay, let me see if I can go back to the thing. Oh, yay, it worked. Yay. Okay, so the next, so 47 a month, that's what it is. All right. So this is us. We are a little crazy. We're a little out there, but we are kind people. We are positive people. We are happy people. So every year, we're actually, I think, going to be moving it to every 2 years. But every year we do what's called Paint Party Business Live. And what it is we all get together. We've done several in Dallas or Fort Worth area at the Stockyards. We've done Dollywood, which was so fun. And then this next year, we're doing, in January of 2025, we're doing a creative cruise. And it's all paint party headquarters and your friends, family, whoever you want to bring. But it is a great time. We're going to go to the Bahamas. It does not cost anything on my part. You don't have to pay a fee to me. It's only what the cruise costs. And then there's going to be trainings on board, and you get to meet your fellow paint party headquarters family, which is so exciting because many of you have formed your own little groups and have had, we talked about BFFs and finding your creative, BFFs and how hard it can be. And another thing we do, which is kind of crazy, we do a painted prom. So if you look in the right, in the middle, you will see me in the big pink dress. My daughter's in the red dress. I see Connie in a red dress, Melissa in a skirt there. I see Sarah in her outfit, Sylvia. So we dress up. We have themes, and we do what's called a painted prom, where we dress up. We create dresses. I have been working already in my brain on my dress for the cruise. But again, you don't have to. But what I have loved so much about this is, like, I'm a little weird, and my family's a little weird. Like, we have more costumes than we do clothes. And I seriously, like, had no idea that I would find a bunch of more people that are just like me. Like, I had no idea that so many of you have that same kind of fun, goofy, desire to be silly, to have fun. And I just, oh my gosh, I can see Tammy's outfit. If you look right next to my daughter in the red dress, Tammy has a full carousel that she created for like a whole year. Like, it is just so fun. So this is going to be on the cruise. We'll actually have a painted prom night where we'll dress up. I've already talked to the cruise, and we're going to have the whole, like, on the 5th floor, we're going to do like a big walk and show off our outfits, and so much fun. I could talk about that all night. But anyway, I just want to let you know that we, like I said, I am all about teaching you to not only make money teaching paint parties, but to have a great life while you're doing it. And I'm all about sharing God's love through art. And why not have some fun and go on a cruise, right? So we are going to the Bahamas, and this is happening January of 2025. Anybody who is in Paint Party headquarters, you are free to come on this cruise. We have all the details, the exact group code to use. And then you can bring your spouse, you can bring your kids, you can bring your family. And there's so much about this that I am just so excited about. So anyway, I always say, like, in January, I'm a big cruiser. If you cruise, let me know. But I'm a huge cruiser. And so, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So many of y'all are joining. We're going to have so much fun. Oh, Sherry saw the carousel. Y'all having costumes and dressing up just convinced me to join. Sylvia, I'm so happy. Like, oh, hi. You want to poke your head in? Are you nervous to be on? So Bobby's going to dress as a pirate.
Arr.
Arr. Yeah, so.
I wanted to be a mermaid, though.
You're not a mermaid. I'm the mermaid. So the theme, we always have a theme. Oh, Piper, come here. Come here. What is going? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Let me show y'all Piper real quick because she's just so cute. Okay, here she is. Okay, so we always have a theme. And so I wish Piper could come. Wendy says you had me at prom. So, they said mermaids need glitter. He's out. So anyway, we always like work on our dresses and we, in our outfits. And so last year was a circus theme. We actually threw a circus and had a horse, and it was so magical. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. I got to ride a horse. We had trapeze, or not trapeze. We had silks going. We also had the stilt walkers. Like, it was so much fun. So much fun. Oh my gosh. We learned a lot too, but it was just so much fun. We had a huge dance floor. So this time we're taking it to sea. This is our 5th. So we have had Paint Party headquarters for 6.5 years, but this is our 5th Paint Party Business Live. So I thought, why not go to the Bahamas? And so our whole team is coming. So you'll get to meet everybody. I'm so excited. So excited. So yeah, I've already been mentally preparing. Pixie, she always helps me with my dresses. She's been drawing designs for me. And then we try to make our dresses and either buy one and then add to it. Or, one time I made a dress and then, 75 questions. I better hurry. One time I made a dress and I ended up gaining some weight and I couldn't fit in it. So I had to do a different style, but we did bring the dress and put it on a mannequin so that we could see it. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, so this is the cruise. So if you want to be a part of that, if you're a member of Paint Party Headquarters, you can sign up for it and be a part of it. So excited about that. Okay. If you want to sign up, it's $47, but I am here to answer your questions. So if you're still unsure or you're like, okay, this sounds great, but what about this? Even if you don't want to sign up, still ask your question. It's okay. All right. So still ask your question. Oh, and if your husband won't go on the cruise, it's okay. Find a Paint Party Headquarter member. Like a lot of people just, go with their friends, and that's totally fine too. All right. Okay, question time. All right, so let me get to the questions. Okay, yeah, there are a lot. Okay, my face is going to fall off. So Bobby brought me tea. I'm going to let that cool for a minute, and then I'm going to have a drink. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so can y'all hear me? Let's do a couple of gift card giveaways, and then I'm going to answer questions till my face falls off. Are you ready? Just put a yes so I know we are ready for the questions. Okay, let me pick two people. All right. Liz Martinez, you are the winner. So Liz Martinez, if you will email support@texasartandsold.com for a gift card. And then Sandy Desaluniers, is that how you say your last name? I'm so sorry. Sandy, if you will email support@texasartandsold.com, we will get you a gift card in the mail. Okay, we have Tony. Tony's question. You will not find anyone. Oh, thank you, Tony. She says you will not find anyone that gives like Heidi. Oh, I love that. Y'all, I am a giver. We really like, and the people on our team, they're the same way. We really try to overgive. And Misty says, if you are in a bar, what is the easiest way to get drinks for painters? So there are people that will actually, the waitresses, they'll come around and serve, so you don't even have to worry about that. All right. And that's the win-win for restaurants, bars, is you want to encourage them to eat and drink so that they'll come back, spend lots of money on a slow night, and then it's a win-win. And Jeanette says, let's see, and I'm going to, team, if we can keep these questions and just highlight them, that'd be awesome. Misty says, oh, perfect. Thank you. They're so good. Rebecca says, how do you get butts in the seats? So we have several trainings on that, but I'm going to give you one of the tips right now. One way to get butts in seats is do like an early bird special. So for example, you could say, hey, $5 off if you sign up before this date. Also, another little bonus is you could say something like whenever you do your paint parties, always do a door prize survey. So these are all door prize surveys that I've had from past paint parties. And the cool thing about this is that when you have these, now I can collect these emails, and now I have hundreds of people that are on my local list that I can send to get my seats filled. So that is very, very important. All right, and let's see. Jeanette says, do you have home parties with a hostess? Yes, you can do at-home parties. Most of the private parties come from events like at a church or a restaurant or a country club. They get to know you, they like what you do, and then they hire you for other parties. Vicki Shirley, do you have to have a business license? So what I recommend is first just do a guinea pig party. Do a practice party. Get your feet wet, okay? You don't need a business license to have a couple people come to your house and you teach them the pumpkin. So do that first. Now, after you do that, if you want to go get a DBA, it's doing business as, it's like 25 bucks at your county clerk's office. You can pick a business name and doing business as, which we do have a training on how to pick a business name inside Paint Party headquarters. Okay. Crystal Amber Cook says, my question is, do you have anything in Paint Party headquarters that breaks down how to create and sell kits and also virtual paint parties? Yes, yes, and yes. We pretty much have every training that you could physically think of for paint parties, kits, online. And if we don't have it yet, it's being created. So we are your go-to place for all things paint parties. All right, let's see. Carrie says, what has been your favorite painting to do as a class? Oh, Carrie, great question. I would have to say one of the easiest paintings that I teach is the hummingbird. Okay, this hummingbird, I don't know if I can find it quick, but it's one of our spring. We released, oh, here it is. And this hummingbird right here is one of our spring. I just taught it last week, I think. And it literally, I do not have to paint to teach this one right here. I just show a step and then walk around, and they finish in under 2 hours and sometimes an hour and a half if we're moving a little bit faster. It's just a very, very easy painting to teach. Anne says, do you have to pay a church or community center venue? No. So that's the thing about this. It's a women's event. So I have several church events a year, and the women, just like if they were paying for a let's say a retreat, something like that, they set it up, they sign up, you pay online, and then you teach the party. Bobby Joe Dorio says, as a host, do I need to get a surplus of easels? Nope. Nope. I didn't have easels for 2 or 3 years. Nope. Just paint them flat. Again, I want you, if you have plenty of extra and you want to buy, stuff for 10 people, go for it. But what I have found is people have more success if they get scrappy, they do their first practice party, it gains them confidence and they get excited, then they take action. There's no better feeling than walking out of a paint party with a profit. Okay. I don't want you doing your first 10 paint parties and you're like, I don't have any profit yet. No, that's not exciting. I want you to have a profit from the very first party. Okay. And do you get your supplies wholesale? Yes. So not only in Paint Party headquarters, do you get the 50% off coupon with Deco Art every month? You get to use it one time. So a lot of people order their supplies online like that. But we also have lots of wholesalers for our paintbrushes. I order all my Again, I order all my paintbrushes from our wholesaler, and I pay about $1 a brush, and they're awesome. I use them for several years. They're very, very good. We have ceramic wholesalers. We do a lot of make and take ceramics where they can do it in one night. And we have lots. So we have a list of the people that we use and how you can get a better deal. And Wendy asked, do you pay the venue? No. So that's the thing. There have been small cases where maybe the venue wants to give a glass of wine and you pay a little extra. Or maybe I have a venue that's close to me. They do all the marketing, all of it. And all I do is pay them like 15%. But I don't have to do anything other than call and say, hey, what's my head count? You can have 15% and I don't have to worry about it. So there are a couple of venues like that, but for the most part, almost I'd say 90 to 95% of my venues, there's no charge. All right, let's see. How do you set up a party with the venue? So using the magic script, okay? If you did not watch the 5-minute video, I beg you, I beg you to please watch it. It is life-changing, okay? So make sure you watch that, and that's an easy way to set it up. Okay, Robin Marshall. Let me see if I can get a drink. Ooh, it's hot. I don't want my voice to go out. If you don't notice or not, I get very excited. Okay, Robin says, looking to find out how to get tax info to be official. So do a DBA, doing business as, for about 25 bucks. And then I also recommend, if you're, here's the thing. SBA, you can go to a local SBA. You can look it up, you'll find them, and that's like a small business association. But I do caution you to not go there right off the bat, because they're going to give you 20 things to do before you ever start. By the time you get to item number 3, you're going to be in the floor in a ball, throwing up and being like, oh, this is too hard, right? Like, if I would have known all the steps the past 20 years, the bankruptcy, all the things we went through, how many moves we went through, like so many things, if I would have known that before, I would have never, ever created Paint Party Headquarters, ever. I'd have been so scared, so traumatized, right? So do one step at a time. That's where a lot of people make mistakes, is they go try to do 500 steps at once, and then they're exhausted and unmotivated and nothing happens. We've all done it. We've all done it. It's okay. But I want you to make sure that you just do the guinea pig party. Like, that's all I beg of you. Just do your practice party. Do your guinea pig party. Teach the pumpkin. Okay? And then take the next step. All right. Christine says, question. At the end of the party, how do you have everyone turn in their paintbrushes? So what I do, and again, you can take my info with a grain of salt and then, do it however you want. But what I have found to be helpful is just say, hey, take all your brushes, put them in your cup, and just leave them there in the water. That seems to be the easiest, and it makes sure that we don't have them putting brushes all over the floor, getting spills, all of that. All right, Carrie says, Carrie Hoffman, what's the most exciting thing you have done with your earnings? Oh, at first I thought you said with your earrings. I was like, it's a weird question. Huh. Okay, what is the most exciting thing you've done with your earnings? Okay, two things. Okay, travel is like, oh, my happy place. Like, I love to be home, but I love to be packing to go somewhere else. Like, I am always like, okay, so I love to travel. And if that means I need to do a paint party to help pay for it, I am all about it. So I would say travel. But one of the things I did years ago, and it was such a big moment for me, was I paid off my student loan. So I'd been paying on my student loan for over 15 years, and I finally paid it. And then I was thinking, I was on the phone and I was like, am I supposed to get a parade? Like, this is a big deal. Nobody thought it was a big deal but me. Nobody else. But it is still to this day a huge deal to me. All right. Carrie Hoffman also asked, what is your favorite brand of paint to use and why? When I first started, my favorite brand of paint was whatever I could get my hands on for the cheapest. Usually it was Craft Smart or Apple Barrel from Walmart. Now I am addicted to Deco Art Americanas. Deco Art Americanas, the paint is thicker and it just has all the best colors. And so what I do, instead of confusing everyone with a zillion brands and paint colors, I just use all Deco Art Americanas. Do you have to? Absolutely not. An orange is an orange, just grab an orange. But if you want it to look like the exact colors that we have in the paintings, we tell you exactly what colors to use with that. And what do you charge for an online class? So I have a couple of different fees, okay? So for example, I have an online class coming up in September, but it's with kits and it's for a corporation. So I'm charging $75 a kit. So after I mail them the kit, all of that, I'll still have a profit of around $35, $40 a person. And there's 25 of them. So Alexa, what's 25 times 40? So $1,000 bucks. That's, I mean, for a 1-hour class and putting some kits together. I mean, yes, please. I'll take $1,000 all day. So, that. But if I'm just teaching the class and I'm sending the supply list, the step-by-step instructions, and then I'm online teaching the class, I usually charge $350. And I don't care if they have 10 people or 100 people. It doesn't matter to me. And then I just log into Zoom and teach that way. But again, you do what works for you. I kind of give you inside Paint Party headquarters. I give you exactly what I do, and then you're welcome to tweak it or change it or whatever. And let's see. Teddy Lewis, when doing an online class, how do the clients receive their project? So you can do it either way. You can do where you ship a kit, or you can do it where they go get their own supplies and you provide the stuff we've already created for you as the supply list, the step-by-step instructions, and then you just teach. Now, I do want to caution everybody coming in excited about online. The reason online works is because you can stay at home, you can start painting. A lot of people will watch videos of other people painting if it's something interesting, something fun. However, I want you to write this down. The fastest way to cash, okay, write this down. The fastest way to cash is through in-person paint parties. We are in fourth quarter. I beg you to watch that 5-minute video, send out the magic scripts, take action, because fourth quarter is like the easiest time to make paint party money. That's why every January, I used to try to work all the way up to December 23rd, take Christmas off, take a couple weeks off, and then, oh my gosh, I got to hit it really, really hard again in January. And yes, I can do parties in January, but it is so much easier to do several parties between August and December and then go to the Bahamas in January. And since I've decided, okay, I'm going to do that. January is my off month. It is so nice. So I just do extra parties. If I want to make sure I got January covered, I do extra parties during the go time. And then January, I know December 25th or December 24th, all the way to the end of January, I just kind of exhale, because fourth quarter, you can make it real busy. All right, it looks like, oh my gosh, Jody Jackson Slagle just joined. Congrats. I'm so excited to help you. Thank you for trusting us. That is amazing. And Nancy Hilliard joined last night. Oh, so exciting. So exciting. Thank y'all for trusting us. All right, so Wendy Fincado, I think I'm saying that right. You're the next winner of the door prize, so congrats. Please email support@texasartandsoul.com for your gift card. She says, I know the wineries around here and that people do paint parties, etc. They usually post these on their Facebook page. The cost includes 2 drinks. I know the wineries around here have people that do paint parties. Is she asking a question? I know the wineries around here that have people do paint parties, etc. They usually post these on their Facebook page. The cost includes 2 drinks. Oh, okay. I guess that's just saying it. Okay, so I'm going to try to answer this what I think you're saying. Do not be discouraged if other people in your area are doing paint parties. The way I teach you to do this is that think about the bread aisle at your grocery store, okay? How many different types of bread do you have when you walk by the bread aisle? All right, 10, 20, 50. Oh, wait, there's a frozen section too, right? There's so many breads. There is enough for everyone. Some people are going to really love the way you teach and the way you do things. Other people are going to really love the way somebody else does them, and that's okay. Also, if you're willing to drive within an hour's radius, you're good to go, because the way I teach you is to be mobile. I mean, I teach parties in other states. Like, I don't just go, oh my gosh, if somebody within my 5-mile radius won't hire me, I'm out of business. No, like I've been able to successfully for almost 2 decades do a paint party business in Florida and in Texas while moving several times. So it is so possible. So remember, if you are like nervous, somebody else is doing paint parties in your town, it's okay. It's totally okay. I have lots of people in my town that do paint parties as well. but I build a reputation and I have certain places that contact me every year. That's the cool part. There's a tipping point. If you do something long enough and you do a great job at it, people remember you and they will rehire you again and again. So do a great job. And we're all about, here's the bar in life. We're all about everyone really, really fast, make sure it's up here. Okay. I'm going to try to do rapid fire because I know we're an hour and a half in. All right. Carrie says, what is the smallest class you do? What is the largest? I've done classes of 2, and then my largest has been 220. Okay. Online has been thousands. Lisa says, are there instructional videos of you painting all the paintings, canvases, and the lookbook in the Paint Party Headquarters website? Yes, we have a system. We have it in Kajabi, which is our app. We also have them in Facebook group, which links to a system called Air. It is beautiful, and it has all of your paintings, everything you need. So do you ship for online parties? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. We were talking about that just a minute ago. Wendy said, do you pay the venue? Nope, I do not. And Michelle says, do you provide aprons? I did not at the beginning. The first couple of years, I didn't have the budget for it. So I just said, be careful, the paint's permanent. Wendy, do you have access to the paint by number patterns and templates? We have some, yes. So paint by number, we have a couple that we have ready, but we don't have all of our designs ready for paint by number. However, you can use them and put them in Canva and turn them into paint by number. And let's see, can I add my own painting designs that I created to my choices for paint parties? Of course. Oh my gosh. This is not a franchise, y'all. This is you paying for access to paintings, access to marketing done for you, all of that ready to go, trainings, all of that. But you can actually edit the lookbook and only put your paintings in it if you want. I mean, we make it to where you can make it how you want it. So yes, for sure. Does your hostess paint for free? Anita Carter. So if I have like a private party, yes, I'll have the hostess paint for free with 8 paid painters. So tell your hostess, hey, you get to paint for free if you have 8 paid painters. Let's see. Anita says, is the paint party membership discount just for the 3-day class, or is that the normal monthly rate? No, that's the normal monthly rate, Anita. So $47 a month is the normal monthly. Cindy says, do you supply food and drinks for your parties? No. I have done that before and it was a nightmare. I highly recommend do not do that. Do not do that. Teresa, and plus, if you're working with a restaurant, you want them to buy food from the place so the restaurant will have you back. Teresa says, can I participate? This is when I start losing my voice. I told you I was going to talk till my face fell off. Told you. Teresa says, can I participate in your online party? I would like to do online parties, and that way I can see what it is like. Actually, Teresa, this is with a corporation, so unfortunately I can't let you come in. However, I have done a party before with a corporation, and I filmed from the side, and that entire thing is posted in Paint Party Headquarters so you can watch. I actually have live parties that I've videoed and put inside Paint Party Headquarters for your viewing pleasure. All right, and let's see. Gretchen says, do you have your stuff in Kajabi? Yes, we do. We have it on the Facebook group and in Kajabi. Sheila asked, oh my gosh, I have a zit right here and it like keeps itching. Oh, I might end up popping it on accident on the live. That'd be so gross. I'm so sorry. I know some of y'all freak out about this stuff. Okay, Shelly says, I'm in a sublimation business. We do t-shirts. You mentioned sublimating the canvas with the tracer. What is the temp and time? Shelly, we have a whole training on sublimation that tells all of the details. I do not know that. Julie is the one who does our sublimation, and she is probably responding already in the chat right now with that info for you. All right, let's see. Wendy says, do we have access to the paint by number templates? Yeah, the ones that we have, yes. We don't have many of the paint by number templates at this point in time, but we do have a few, and yes, you do. Let's see. Cindy says, do you supply food and drinks? Nope. Am I repeating? Oh, I think we have some repeat. I'm like, I am answering these fast. Okay, let's see. I think those are repeating. Paige says, do you only provide one set of colors or do you provide different paint colors if someone wants a different color? So what we do, Paige, is we have all of the paints out ready to go. But then I have like a little art table where I say, my art table is your art table. If you would like different colors, by all means, go for it. And the reason why I encourage it is because when somebody takes this pumpkin and paints it pink or purple, that is great for marketing. When you take pictures and you post it on the socials, I always say, like, please, like, let me take your picture. If you don't want it on social, tell me, but your picture makes my paint party business go round. And usually they kind of chuckle and then they're like, sure, no problem. But every time I post a paint party, usually I get a message within, a few days. Hey, or a text from one of my customers and saying, hey, we need to book a date. So yes, try to encourage that. And let's see. Do you portion out the paint before people arrive, or are you letting them get their own or pouring their paint once they are seated? So a couple of ways. We sometimes use the 1 ounce condiment cups and we have it pre-portioned before. We put it in a Ziploc baggie. We put it at their station so it's ready to go. If the party isn't that big, well, like 10 or less, we'll just I'll put the paints together with all of the paint and just put it together about 20 minutes before the party starts. And let me see, we have a couple of more people that joined. Oh my gosh. Sandy Lombardi, she says, love going to sign up, even if it's just for me and to share with my besties to meet up and paint. What a great idea. Sandy, welcome. I'm so excited. Debbie Reed, I just joined PPHQ. Oh, welcome to the family, Debbie. And Kachira says, I just joined earlier today and I'm beyond excited. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Sandy says, online parties, do you offer kits? Yes, you can offer kits for online parties for sure. Okay, so let's see. Do you always plan for extra people? Yes, I always bring at least 2 to 5 extra. And here's why. Yes, I do prepays, but if somebody is there or brought an extra friend, I am not going to turn down $35. I'm just not. The scrappiness in me is always prepared for extra. And let's see. Sandy says, what was your first party like? Oh my gosh. Okay, I will make this story short because I know we have a lot of questions still. And so one of my first parties, I remember being so terrified. I was teaching Starry Night, and I have taught Starry Night hundreds of times, like to thousands of people. And that is no joke. Like, I was a teacher for 10 years, and every year I taught Starry Night to kids because I love seeing them do that. And plus, there's nothing better than a 5-year-old going home with an art piece that's Starry Night, and their parents are just like, oh my gosh, like that is the coolest feeling. Like, they will love you forever. And so what I did was I was so nervous about this party that I wrote every single direction down behind my easel, behind the painting. And I remember staring at it throughout the night, looking. And then I noticed, because I didn't want anybody to see me, so I was looking, nobody was watching me. Kind of like that quote from Elizabeth Gilbert from Big Magic. Nobody was watching. Everybody was staring at their canvas, terrified. So I want you to remember, it is about us serving and helping others more than it's about me trying to be the best artist showcasing what I can do, which is what I used to think it was. So once I noticed that, I started running around and helping, and it was so much better. All right, so Paige Soul says, what's the one thing you wish you had known before your very first paint party? Oh my gosh. There's many lessons, and I can get off on a tangent. I know I can. But I would have to say one of the things I wish I would have known is how much this isn't about somebody trying to make the most beautiful art to hang on their wall. So many people are like, why would people come back? They don't need 15 canvases. They're not coming back to decorate their house. They can go to Home Goods for $10 and buy a beautiful painting. That's not what it's about. It's about taking 2 hours out of your time. It's about grabbing your daughter and going to something fun. It's about going with your grandma and having a girls' night. It's about not thinking about somebody's cancer diagnosis so that you can just concentrate on having fun. It is so much more than just painting a painting to hang on your wall. It's not even about that. And I didn't know that at first. I seriously thought that's what it was about. Then I started getting emails from customers. Literally, I remember one of my first emails and it brought tears to my eyes. She talked about how she had PTSD. She saw my flyer on a water cooler, legit, like almost 20 years ago, saw my flyer on a water cooler, came to my paint party and started buying paint so that she could paint at home to help her get through PTSD. When I read that and had tears in my eyes, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so much bigger than just about paint parties and making money. It is so much bigger. And so that's why I'm so big about sharing God's love through art, about making it about people, not about a paycheck. Yes, is it great that we get a pumpkin paycheck? Of course, we all need to feed our families. We all want to go on a vacation, right? But it's more about loving people well, and using our talents and gifts to do that is so, so powerful. And I'm so grateful I get to do it. Let's see, Paige, that was a great question, by the way. Kay says, how do you do your taxes? I highly recommend QuickBooks. And whenever you get inside Paint Party headquarters, you'll see we have a training on QuickBooks. We talk about that. Okay, Anna says, so I have an accent and might mispronounce words sometimes. What is your advice for me? Oh my gosh, Anna. Go for it. I have an accent. Well, people say I have an accent. I don't really hear it, but people say I do. And I mispronounce words all the time. All the time. Like legit, like I've had blonde jokes thrown my way my whole life. So don't worry about that. Like people love an accent for real. Don't worry about that. Go for it. And remember, you say you have an accent. There's so many people out there that have accents. Like those may be the people that you relate to the most, and they want to do your paint parties because you sound like them and they sound like you. Like never ever dismiss what God has given you. That's a blessing. That's part of your personality. That's part of who you are. So never shy away from that. And let's see. Rebecca Woodford says, my venue accepted my request and responded with an additional date for a youth painting. Now I'm afraid I can't get people in the seats. Okay, so first off, don't worry about that right now. Okay, so first off, take the win, take the celebration. You have dates, and they're asking for a second date. And since this venue is requesting it, really like say, hey, can we meet up, maybe between your shift or whatever it is, and see how you can talk to them about posting on their page. See if you can talk to them about sharing the flyer. Maybe they have a giant email list that you don't even know about, and you're worried about something, but they have youth meet every quarter for a huge event, and you happen to be the person that's doing it. Like, don't worry about the fears that hadn't even happened yet. Like you may be sitting on a gold mine that you get to go every quarter and do a cool party for. So congrats. Take the win. Congrats. And we have tons of trainings about how to get butts and seats inside Paint Party headquarters. Okay. Let's see. Lisa says, I just joined today. So excited. Welcome, Lisa. Happy you're joined. Sue Callie says, you just sold me. Signing up now. Was it the painted prom? Let me know. Was that what sold you? Was it the cruise? So excited about the cruise. Okay, Christine says, how many bottles of paint for each color do you use for a party of 10? So for example, let's say you are teaching this snowman, which by the way was a huge hit last year. And I suspect it's going to be a huge hit this year. I call it my Taylor Swift snowman, but I don't call it that publicly because, I don't want to get copyrights. But, it's on this side. So the Taylor Swift snowman, or the snowman. So this orange, I know that for a 2-ounce bottle of orange, they only need a dot. So if I have 10 people, I know that 1 bottle of paint will work. But guess what? I'm going to bring 3 orange because I want to make sure I am prepared and over deliver. So when you go to paint the sample, if you realize, okay, I use this much of the 2 ounces, then I know I'm going to need 2 to 3 bottles. Then I'm going to bring 6. I always say what I'm going to need, and then I bring double that. And that's just what I do. You don't have to do that, but that's just what I do because of my almost 2 decades of experience. I have forgotten paint. I have ran out of paint. I mean, so many. I have made all the mistakes possible so that you don't have to. Okay, Jacqueline Murphy, just starting up, would it be better to pour the paint out so people aren't wasting so much, or should we let them do it? Oh, Jacqueline, you just hit a nerve. Are you ready? Write this down. Don't trip over pennies to make dollars, okay? I used to worry about all of the littlest stuff. I used to turn every single paint bottle over and then spend hours and hours and hours squeezing every little ounce, taking a paintbrush, scraping. I know I'm not alone. I know you've done it too. Then I started realizing if I just spend that time that I am taking to turn every bottle over, get every single ounce of paint out, and spend that time sending the magic script, booking a party, I never have to worry about if somebody's using too much paint. So my advice for you, again, everybody has their comfort level, but my advice for you is you put the paint on the plate for them, but don't worry if somebody got too much. Don't worry. That's why I always bring extra. I want them to feel like they are over given to you. And you can see, I'm sure with the fall ball and paint party headquarters, that is who I am. I truly, one of my friends said to me, and I love this, she said, you can't outgive God. And I truly believe that. So my thing is just give, just over give. It's just paint, and don't worry about it. It will, it's definitely more of a service base versus thing. Plus you get 50% off. Okay. Let's see. Janie says, question, do you keep the tracers taped together, or how do you store them? So you can keep them, everybody does a different system, but you can just fold them after you've taped them together and then just put them on a clip. What I like to use for my stencils is I bought like a wardrobe rack, and then I use hangers and I clip them. So you could do that with tracers too. Okay, Carol Briggs says, I'm on, Heidi. Have you ever used Eventbrite? I do not use Eventbrite. I know some people here do, but I do not use Eventbrite. I use Constant Contact. I use Ticket Leap. We have trainings for both inside Paint Party headquarters. And Gretchen asked, do the places charge you rent? And like I said earlier, and I know some of these are probably repeat questions, so I'll do them a little bit faster when I know it's a repeat. Gretchen, so what I do is if most places do not charge any rent, I do have a few that might say, okay, it's going to be 15%. However, you don't do any of the marketing, and I just call and get my number. But I would say 90 to 95% of the places, I don't pay anything. Jody Slagle says, right now I do small groups in my home, but to go big, how do you tote supplies? Water container for each person, what to use? So I use the solo cups, and I literally reuse those for 2 years. They are so disgusting. I just reuse and reuse and reuse. As far as how do you tote supplies, I've done every way possible, but what I love the most, and this is my way, your way could obviously be different, figure out what works for you, but the Marshall's bags that are 99 cents, I love those because I can put a little bit of stuff. I'm not like a muscle woman, so I'm not really good at lifting heavy things, so I put it in there so it's not really heavy. Then I can just throw them on my shoulder, bring them in, and reload them. I just throw them in my car. Okay. Sandy says, Do you tell us how to set up online parties? Yes, we have a whole training section just on online. Elizabeth Douglas says, I have the lookbook, but where do you get all the tracers? I'm totally confused on how to get the pictures. Okay, let me show y'all real quick Air. I know this is going to take just a second, but I want you to see how awesome it is. Team, can y'all give me the password to Air? We have a password we change every so often just to make sure only members are in here because it is glorious. All right, I see Brendan typing it. Thank you. Okay, so let me show you. This is so cool. Thank y'all. Okay, so let me share. Okay, awesome. Okay, let me see. Present. Are y'all having fun? Are y'all excited? Are y'all excited? Okay, let's see. Where is my thing? Hold on. Share screen, share screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Air is a thing that I will ask you to bookmark. So when you join, I'll ask you to bookmark this. And then, for example, let's say you're going into fall. Okay, so if you double click on fall, here is what it looks like. So you have access to all, we do everything by season. Okay, so let's say, so for example, like these are all the fall paintings. And again, we're constantly adding to them. And we always have new designs, new stuff happening. So let's say that you want to do this one, the Harvest Blue, which, like I said, has made so much money for me and Paint Party Headquarter members. Last year, we released it and it's still making money now. If you hit the message where it says comments, we have everything for you. So we have the training, we have the YouTube, we have a step-by-step painting tutorial, we have the supply list, instructions, the social media posts, the promotional images for all of those. Isn't that crazy? So you can just go in here, grab and go, which I just love. So all of this is ready to go, grab and go, okay? So it's really, really cool that you can do all that. And again, like I said, it's something I wish I would have had whenever I was doing this. And the cool part about this is we have it for all of those paintings. So when you go back and you find another painting, it's going to have all of that stuff as well, which is just so exciting. So excited. It's done for you. Done for you. All right. Let me answer some more questions. Oh, and I was going to tell you, you do have a bonus for anybody who joins before 10 a.m. tomorrow. 10 a.m. Santa's coming to town. No, it's not Santa. It's me. All right. Tomorrow. I do feel like Santa, like all these gifts and giving. And what we're going to do tomorrow at 11 a.m., we're going to have coffee time via Zoom. So all of the new members, I want to see you on the Zoom so I can see your face and actually hear your voice, because I feel like all week I'm done hearing my voice. Like I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you're excited about, what you're struggling with, what you're nervous about. And then we're just going to have an hour long where we just talk, chit chat, have coffee together. And that happens tomorrow for everyone who has joined before 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay, let's see. Elizabeth says, I have the lookbook, but where do I get all the, oh, we just went over that. Okay, Stacy says, how do you give inspiration to so many people that are scared to paint when they feel like they don't have talent? Okay, so I have a pledge that I do every single paint party, and I say, everyone raise your right hand, repeat after me. I promise not to judge my painting or my neighbor's painting until the very, very end. And then everybody kind of laughs, and then throughout the painting, I'm like, you promised not to judge till the very, very end. And so just kind of like, you know, giving them steps. And as you do this, you'll get to where people leave and they are so proud of their art. And let's see, a couple more questions. When do you know you are good enough to teach others to paint? Laura, I would definitely keep practicing our tutorials. And then here's the thing, as long as you can do a decent job of it, we have all of the supply, everything for you so that you can pass these out. And like I said, a lot of times I am just showing, I haven't had a finished painting at a paint party in years. I mean, for all they know, they don't even know I can paint, right? Like of course you need to paint. But like I just show the little pieces here and there. So remember, a lot of times you're up there and just instructing. You're almost like you're setting up a party more than you're being a fine artist, you know? It's a different thing. It's fun art, not fine art. Oh, Wendy just signed up. Wendy Sanders. Yay. So excited for you. Susan Bollinger says, so happy I joined tonight. Love that you share your love for the Lord while teaching. Oh, thank you. And Darlene says, how do you initially know what pictures to choose and offer for a class? Right now, pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkin, pumpkin. Okay. So, and the fall church and the pumpkins are perfect for right now. You can let people pick, like if there's a private party and they want to do the rooster, then by all means do the rooster. Sandra says, have you ever had people not be able to paint well and demand their money back? You know, I haven't. I've had a few situations, but I'm telling you, in almost 2 decades, I've had probably 5 situations where a customer was like really unhappy, but it is so few and far between. So few and far between. Our job as the paint party host is to remind people at the beginning that like we're here to have fun. It's not about doing the best painting. You know, we're here to have fun. So really just try to encourage and remember that it's not anything serious. Okay, let's see. Tracy says, what if you feel like you're not good enough or just too slow and have a ton of repainting over and over? Should I wait to join when I'm faster and better and can go through the painting without struggling? Tracy, that is totally up to you. I'm never going to pressure anybody to join. Like, this is what we have to offer. If you want to be a part of it, I would love to help you. And I do believe that surrounding yourself by people doing what you want to eventually do is the fastest way to success. And you're going to be encouraged. So if you feel like the past 2 days you've been encouraged and you really like this environment, if anything, just to practice your paintings and maybe meet a creative BFF, I definitely encourage you to. But again, I'll never pressure anyone. I just know that if this is for you or not, if this is something you want to try, and we're just here to offer it to you and help you along the way. And let's see. Wendy says, is the $47 the only payment to PPHQ? And so it's $47 a month, Wendy. You can cancel at any time, but you get everything for the $47 a month. And Becky Morris says, how much time should you invest if you only want to do 1 to 2 parties a month? So it depends on how fast and how efficient you are at your time. I find that people who work full time usually have more parties than people who don't. And you would think it would be the opposite, but it's because you have to be so disciplined with your time to have a full-time job and do this as a side thing. So I think it's all about, if you want to do 1 to 2 parties a month, you could easily get that ready in a day, then do the party. So you're looking at, let's say you knock out 2 days for 1 party, but as you get good at this, I'll literally have 5 parties in a week and I'll just pack my car for the whole week. And I just don't unpack. I just bring my brushes in, wash them, reset up the canvas, and then I go again. Okay, Delane says, can you access all the paintings at the same time or do they release seasonally? You get access to everything. If you sign up tonight, you can log in and look at everything. You can start all of them, okay? And the only thing I ask is if you cancel, let's say you get in and you're like, I don't love this, but you see the pumpkin or the snowman and you're like, but I want to still teach that. No, it's like if you join the YMCA, you don't get to take the treadmill and the personal trainer when you leave. Okay. So if you do cancel, I do ask that you don't use the paintings. All right. So let's see. Becky says, once we join, is there a limit on how many times we can use the paintings? Do we have to remain a member to keep using them? Oh, I just said that. Yeah. So when you join, you can use the paintings as much as you want. You can make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars using these paintings. If you cancel, you can't use them anymore. So I think that's fair. $47 a month to use all the designs, all the marketing given, to you, and you can use it as a tax write-off, I think is way more than fair. Especially when you start making thousands of dollars. You'll be like, oh, okay, yes, it's worth $47. It's already done for me. Let's see. Crystal says, what's in the ultimate guide for packing out your paint parties? Oh, it's just a really fun guide that kind of shows you like step by step what to do with getting more butts in the seat. It's just kind of done really pretty. Roxanne says, I live in a small-minded community and I'm unsure how to break through the barrier. To give me a couple. Oh, give me a couple of things to break through the barrier. Okay, so number one, one of the small towns I grew up in, I had a party of 119 people because there was nothing to do there. So people showed up because they wanted something to do. I went on to do those parties there for like 2-3 years maybe. And so sometimes a venue kind of will run its course, but that's okay. I mean, if you can make, several $1,000s and 2 or 3 years doing a party once a quarter, like it's still worth the go for. So also if you're like thinking, okay, this won't work in my community, do you have a community 30 minutes from you? Do you have a community within an hour? I'm all about, driving an hour, put in a great podcast, listen to something great and learn while I drive, and then make $1,000. Like I'm all about that. So I would not put so much on just your community. Again, you're mobile. You can go anywhere and do this. And also, maybe they want this, you never know. There might be somebody that wants to be a part of this. Artist said, okay, we're almost done. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions left. We're almost done. Okay, so artist says, so to do online classes, can we use the pre-done videos? So that is a great question, Artist. We recently, I think since June, started adding a second video that you can just use for your art kits or, an online like that. Like that's totally fine to grab and use for your art kits. So you can use a QR code and it goes to that video. And make sure it's the video that is the one that's not me talking about Paint Party Headquarters, because in the videos that I film, a lot of times I'm giving you tips on how to teach paint parties, and I'm also giving you tips on how to get more money for paint parties. So make sure it's that one. And we just started adding those, I think, in June. And so we don't have those for all of them, like a second video. Okay. Tara says, do you need to carry insurance for venues you paint at? So we have a very cool insurance resource inside Paint Party Headquarters that you can grab, and it's really, really cheap. Catherine says, do we transfer the print onto the canvas for all of our party goers, or do they do that themselves? I recommend having it before they walk in. It's already traced on, ready to go. Teresa says, how do you profit from fundraisers? I've been invited to teach a paint party at a breast cancer awareness event. What I do, again, it's up to you. But what I do is I knock my price down $5 and they add $5. So for example, I'll get paid $30 to do the event per person, and they'll get $10 of every ticket. So just make sure the fundraiser is up front and saying $10 of every ticket goes to the fundraiser. All right, let's see. Gretchen says, how early do you get to a place to set up? Great question. I get there about an hour before if it's around 10 to 15 people. If it's like 25, 30-ish, I get there 2 hours before. And I'm always done ahead of time, but I would rather be done ahead than late. All right, I think this might be the last question, maybe. Let's see. Colleen says, how would you politely keep folks from taking the supplies after? Colleen, I'm a giver. If somebody's not finished and they're like, I still need to work, I'm like, you want my brushes? Like I'm just a giver. That's who I am. And I really don't mind over giving, but people will leave them. And if they accidentally take them, I mean, what's the harm in spreading a little art with other, I don't see that being an issue. If, most of the people will ask, or they'll say, hey, do you mind if I take the rest of this paint home that's on my plate? And I'm like, sure. Do you need brushes? Like I always go overboard and say, do you need this too? So I feel like, it's, again, don't trip over pennies to make dollars. Okay, so we have some people who've joined. Oh my gosh, Alicia Montgomery, I just joined last night. Welcome, so happy for you. Sherry, she says, just signed up. I am so excited. Well, Sherry, I am so excited. So, so excited. Oh my gosh, my Siri thinks I'm talking to it. No, not Siri, Sherry. Let's see. Heather Thompson Hammond. She said, you're looking at the newest PPHQ member. Thank you for all the enlightenment. Oh, you are so welcome. And there's more coming. You hadn't seen the last of me. Here's the thing. It's not like we do this and then I go missing. No, I am all up in Paint Party headquarters. So very excited. Who is excited about the coffee Zoom tomorrow? Who is excited for the 11 a.m. coffee Zoom? I get to see your face. I get to hear your voice, not just my voice. And Cheryl Reese just joined. Congrats. Arthur Fernandez. Okay, Heidi, I just signed up. I'm so nervous. Well, you're doing the right thing then. Most of the things that are most exciting in life we're nervous for. That's a good sign. And Nancy Welch just signed up. Welcome, Nancy. D says, just joined PPHQ, truly stepping out on faith. Oh, D, I'm so excited for you. Welcome. Well, you are in a great group of ladies. And we have a few guys too. And Liz Rogers, okay, I'm in. Yay. Tara says, I'm so excited to be part of this awesome company. I am so, so happy for you. And is it Sylvia? I think she says, just joined, so excited. Oh my gosh, I love this. And then we got Debbie that says, I am so hooked. Today is my 71st birthday and ready to have some fun. High five. High five, Debbie. I am so excited for you. How cool is that? And also, Janie says, I have learned so much from you, Heidi, regarding to painting, but mainly you've given me the confidence that I lack to believe in myself. Oh, y'all. Oh, I just love y'all. And Annie says, Heidi, I have to tell you, the second party was Starry Night and already a success. Thank you for teaching me how easy it could be. I can't wait to tell you the story of my next paint party. Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Annie was a wallflower in Paint Party headquarters for like 2 years. And then she started teaching paint parties like crazy. She started doing paint your pet parties and just so many cool things. And I'm so, so proud of her. And for those of you that watch our Q&As every month, she has the best thought-provoking questions for me. And every month I look forward to them because I'm like, what's she going to ask? I can't wait. And then we all answer them because they're so fun. All right. So we are just at the 2 hours. I am so thankful for you. And regardless if you decide to carry on with Paint Party headquarters or not, know that I wish you tons of success regardless. I want you to be successful. I want you to chase after your creative dreams. I hope you'll join us. If you want to join us, you have until August 30th. But there is a little bonus. You get to have coffee tomorrow. We can talk and learn a little bit more about each other tomorrow at 11 a.m. If you want to be a part of that, make sure you sign up by 10 a.m. in the morning so we can get you that email for the Zoom link. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so, so much for being a part of this. Thank you for making the fall ball awesome. And then I will be live on Wednesday. Let me make sure that's right. Is that right, Brendan? Wednesday to do the live where I announce the winners of all of the cups that have the jewels on them and the wreath and all the fun stuff. I'll be live on Wednesday to do that. And I can't wait to look through all of your pumpkins and give you the rewards and all the excitement that's going on with that. So again, whether or not you decide to join us, I just want to say thank you for being a part of the fall ball. And I can't wait to see what you do. All right. I'll see y'all soon. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Oh, I'll see all of you that join tomorrow at 11. Is it 11? Yeah, 11 a.m. And then the prize giveaway, Brendan's letting me know, is Wednesday, August 28th. So Wednesday, August 28th at 10 a.m. Central. So I'll see you there for that. All right. Thank you so much. It was so fun. I hope you had as much fun as I did.